This is a collaboration program with the
Department of Education, Central Province.
Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are having a wonderful time during this lockdown season. But don't forget to do your schoolwork. Today we are going to see how to write or say simple sentences. Let's see what a sentence is. A sentence is a group of words containing a subject and a verb. But remember, a sentence must make sense. What are the types of sentences? There are 4 types of sentences in English. They are statements, or you call it declarative, questions, they are interrogative, commands, they're called imperative, and exclamation. They are the exclamatory sentences. There are 4 types. Example, statement gives you examination. The shoe is red. Then the second type is a question. Questions ask something. Example, what are you doing? What's your name? Then the third one is command. Commands give an order, or you make a request or suggest. Pick up it. Stop doing that. Stand up, please. These are the examples for commands. The final one is exclamation. An exclamation shows a sudden or a strong feeling. You can say, I love you, my mom. Oh, we can see a spider. So children, remember, there are 4 types of sentences. One is statement, second is the question, third is command, and fourth is exclamation. Let's see how you expand a small sentence into a bigger sentence. Now look at this example. She picked apples. It's just a simple sentence. She picked apples. It gives an information about a girl picking up apples. The first question is, Mary picked apples. Who picked apples? Mary picked apples. So you can change these sentences in many ways. Okay, let's see the example first. Mary picked a dozen apples. How many? Dozen. Mary picked a dozen apples to bake a pie. Why did Mary pick apples? To bake a pie. Mary picked a dozen apples to bake a pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Why did she pick? To bake a pie for Thanksgiving dinner. See these examples, children. The first sentence, the small sentence, it's a small sentence. She picked apples. But by asking questions like who, how many, why, it can expand the sentence. She picked apples became Mary picked a dozen apples to bake a pie for Thanksgiving dinner. So let's see whether we could also make sentences of these types. Who picked apples? Mary picked apples. So instead of Mary, you can use various subject to this word. Okay? Now see, mother picked apples, children picked apples, teacher picked apples, my little sister, my little brother picked apples, men picked apples. You can also say women picked apples, right? So the answer for this, who picked apples, we can always come with a different answer. We picked apples, me and my friends picked apples. So children, you can add any word to this simple sentence. Next, who swept the classroom? Who brought the register? Who is absent today? Who is your class teacher? Now see, once again, we can replace many words to this. Kamala swept the classroom. I brought the register. Prabhat is absent today. Mrs. Disanayaka is my class teacher. Kamala is my mother. Ranjit is my father. So these are the things that you can add. These are simple words which you find in your day-to-day life. Next, can you remember the next question asked was, how many apples did Mary pick? And the answer was, Mary picked a dozen apples. Instead of dozen, you can say, Mary picked a few apples. Mary picked 10 apples. Mary picked a sack of or a bag of apples. Mary picked a box of apples. Mary picked many apples. Mary picked a lot of apples. Now see, children, instead of a dozen, we have added many other words to that and expanded the sentence. And can you remember the third word that this first sentence used? Why? Why did Mary pick apples? There should be a reason. So why did Mary pick apples? Mary picked a dozen of apples to make a pie or bake a pie. You can also say, Mary picked a dozen of apples to eat. You can say, Mary picked a dozen of apples to make a pudding. Mary picked a dozen of apples to give it to her friends. Mary picked a dozen of apples to make a drink or a juice. So see, children, these are simple words which you can add instead of the example sentence. Let's see some similar sentences. Blank made this lantern. Today is Vesak, so I'm sure you would have made a lot of lanterns. So look at these sentences. Blank made this lantern. So the question that we are going to ask is, who made this lantern? The second is, Rohan made blank lanterns. The second question that we are going to ask is, how many lanterns? The answer should be how many. The third is, Rohan made many lanterns. And the third question is, why did Rohan make lanterns? Let's see the answers. Here are the answers, children. Rohan made a lantern. Rohan made many lanterns. Rohan made many lanterns to celebrate Vesak. Now see, we have got answers for all the questions that we have asked. Who? Rohan. How many? Many. Or you can say few. You can say 10. You can say a lot of. And the third one, why did he make? To celebrate Vesak. So finally, the sentence is, Rohan made lanterns to celebrate Vesak. This is how you expand sentences, children. Let us try another one. She drew pictures. It's just a simple sentence. The sentence is, she drew pictures. Let's ask questions like the previous sentences. Who drew pictures? How many pictures did she draw? And why did she draw? Let's see the answers and make a full sentence. Amanda drew pictures. Who drew pictures? Amanda drew pictures. How many pictures did she draw? She drew 3 pictures. And why did she draw? And why did she draw pictures? She drew pictures to take part in the art competition. So the final sentence is, Amanda drew pictures. Amanda drew 3 pictures to take part in the art competition. The first sentence was, she drew pictures, but we expanded it by saying, by asking these questions, we have come to a sentence like, Amanda drew 3 pictures to take part in the art competition. I hope, children, you will understand these types of sentences. Now look at this, children. She picked apples was a simple sentence, but by asking these small questions, why, who, and how many, we have expanded the sentence. She picked apples became Mary picked a dozen of apples to bake a pie for Thanksgiving dinner. He made lanterns was a small sentence, but we expanded it by asking why, how many, who, how many, and why. Rohan made many lanterns to celebrate Vesak. She drew pictures was just a simple sentence. But by asking these sentences, by asking who, how many, and why, we have expanded the sentence into Amanda drew 3 pictures to take part in the art competitions. It's very simple, children. Okay, let's see some more examples. I have shared here some words taken from your textbooks from grade 3 to grade 9. From grade 3, I have selected name, stand, friend, circle, and finger. These are just words selected from your first lesson, first page. From grade 4, I have selected how, good, fine, wonderful, and gall. From grade 5, I have selected motherland, belong, harmony, kith and kin, and caste. From grade 6, I have selected morning, welcome, class, friends, and arranging. Grade 7, Saturday, afternoon, friends, garden, and waiting. And children from grade 8 have selected these words: students, organizing, committee, decided, and house. And from grade 9, I've selected these words, children: program, children, yesterday, watch, and family. Let's see whether we could write few sentences using these words. With the word finger, which I have chosen from grade 3, you can write like this, children. I have 5 fingers. I have 5 fingers in my hand. I have 10 fingers in both my hands. And the next word is friend. Ramita is my friend. You can use any of your friend's name and say, Rani is my friend. Oshi is my friend. Anita is my friend. You can say Madhu is my friend. You can also say Raj is your friend. Prabhat is your friend. You can use any of your friend's name, or you can even say, my mother is my friend. My father is my friend. Then you can also say, I have many friends. You can say, I have a lot of friends. Okay? Okay, children. Next, the word that I have chosen to write a sentence is fine. I'm fine with my family. All of you are at home. So you can say, I'm fine with my family. You can also say, today is a fine day. Or as you can see a girl having a cup of tea. You can say, my sister had a fine cup of tea. What do you mean by fine? It's a beautiful, good day. You can say it's a fine day. Next word that I chose is gall. In Sinhala, you say Gal. But in English, you say gall. In Tamil, we say gali. But in English, we say Gaul. We call the city Gaul. Okay. My father is from Gaul. Gaul is a beautiful city. Remember, children, certain cities, the way you pronounce in Tamil and Sinhala is totally different to the English. You say Colombo, Colombo, but in English we say Colombo. Now in Tamil we say Kandy, Sinhala Mahanuvara, but in English we say Kandy. So you have to remember your spellings, and you should also remember how you call the cities in English, especially the cities in Sri Lanka. Next word that I chose is motherland. It's the country, right? You call it motherland. In Sinhala, you say Maubima. In Tamil, you say Tainadu. The meaning of it is Maubima, or in Tamil, you say Tainadu. My motherland is Sri Lanka. If it's an Indian, he would say, my motherland is India. If a person is from England, he would say, my motherland is England. And then harmony. How do you write a sentence for harmony? See, all these children in the picture are holding hands, and they are very happy and friendly, and they are very peaceful. So you call that situation, you call that they live in harmony. No fights, no arguments. We live in harmony. So we can say we live in harmony in Sri Lanka. The next word is a very simple word. It's morning. The morning sunshine was beautiful, or you can say is beautiful. Then the next word that I chose is arranging. The teacher is arranging the bookshelf. You can say, I'm arranging my room during the holidays. I'm arranging my cupboard. You can come out with various sentences, children. The next word is organized. It's in the past tense, so I have used organized. The sports meet was organized well. The next word is committee. I'm in the organizing committee. I'm in the organizing committee. So children, you should be able to find the meaning for all these words. Try to find the Tamil word or the Sinhala meaning for these words. Go through the dictionary or get help from your teacher and find the meanings and start writing sentences the way I taught you to write simple sentences. I hope you got something out of this lesson today. Hope to see you in a different lesson. But make sure it's easy to write sentences, and hope you will all use all these words and start writing sentences. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching iTVLK. Innovate, inform, impact.